everybody got me? All right, first scrimmage. I thought it was by design. We wanted to go long. We're about 170, 175 play scrimmage today. Matter of fact, the hotter it got, the longer we wanted to go. I wanted to see what these guys could do at the end. So we definitely, again, continue to show great improvement all across the board. I'm pleased with where we are. Obviously, next Saturday, I'll expect it to be better than what it was this Saturday. But you know, these guys came out there and really everybody got some quality reps in there. I thought some guys that stood out. When Sosa's in there, he's extremely disruptive. We were limited him today, as well as we limited Scooter. We know what these guys can do, but when they're both in there, they were very disruptive and active. And then they get an opportunity to start coaching some of those young guys on the sidelines. So that was good to see those guys. Jaquez McClellan, I thought Jaquez continues to get better. Made some great plays on the ball today. Busta is the same way. We got our safeties that are being very active. Again, there's a lot of things happening right now. Dorian Gerald showed some really good things today from a defensive standpoint. I thought Bumper Pool, there was several really good plays out on the edge where he had to have a great angle. And so I thought there was some really good things from a defensive standpoint. I was very pleased. Offensively, it starts with our quarterbacks, and all four of these guys really responded today. I mean, it started. We started them out. We started Ben out, and I mean, it was we moved the ball a little bit, but he did some really good things today. I was pleased with Ben. Nick got in there and got his reps in. Again, had a couple. Both of them had a couple touchdowns. John Stephen got in on the second series and led his team down, his group down, and scored. Again, he showed just his ability to make plays happen when the pocket breaks down, with his eyes down the field. Trey Knox had a touchdown early on. I thought it was good to see. I believe it was the second series. I think it was John Stephen to Trey Knox. That was a good a touchdown pass that I was pleased with. Again, there's a lot of things we got to clean up. A lot of rotation up front. We got all our offensive linemen got quality reps. Traylon Smith, our running back, he's ineligible this year, but this kid's got a chance to be really special, playing really well, given everything he's got. He really showed flashes today. Devwall Whaley, Chase Hayden, Rakeem Boyd, again, great work today with these guys. But, you know, our mindset, we got to continue to get better. I thought our tight ends made some plays today. It was great to see Chase Harrell made a few really nice catches. That was really good to see. So, again, we're going to keep getting back to work. You know, this was the first scrimmage. It's nothing that we're going to get overly excited about or too disappointed in. This is a great teaching opportunity when you can get 170-something play snaps in and be able to bring them back in here this afternoon and tomorrow and grade this and look forward to a long week next week. Next week's going to be a pivotal week for this football team. But I'm pleased where we're at right now. And we'll keep pushing these guys and keep moving forward. But I will tell you this, they are giving it. They're giving great effort and great energy and enthusiasm, and they love being out there with each other, and that's something to be said. So with that, I'll open up. Raise your hand, we'll get a mic to you.
Coach, I know you'll want to dissect the film, but was there any separation at quarterback? Did anybody have a better day over the group?
Well, no, not really. I mean, I was pleased with all of them. I thought that John Stevens started it off for the most part. I mean, he led us down on about I think 7 or 8 play drive, and with a touchdown pass, and from there it just kind of caught fire. With some guys making some plays. And again, it's a situational scrimmage, so there was times that we would go 8 plays and it might be second down and we finished our 8 plays and we get them off the field. So it was more of how you reacted in your first series as far as just your first 3 plays and could you create a first down. I thought Ben started off and did some good things, made some really good throws. And then Nick came in and did some good things as well. Now I was pleased with him. I know we missed a deep ball down the sidelines. I wish we would have had back, but miscommunication on a route. But Nick had a great ball and it was in the spot where it needed to be. KJ Jefferson continues to impress us. He's physical, he's big, really good in his decision making, and it showed that today. So I was pleased with where all 4 of them are right now. We got a great competition going.
Chad, anything about injuries you can comment on?
Nothing today. Amante Spivey, we came off. He had some asthma, hard time catching his breath. But outside of that was it. We expect to get a lot of guys coming back next week.
A little bit bigger picture, where are you in implementing your plan, your process to build Arkansas back up, and just what step along the way do you feel like you are?
Well, I think we're right on track. I think it all starts with what we've talked about early on in the start of this season was the culture and where we are with the culture of our football program. And to be able to watch our guys go out there and in a 170-something play scrimmage and continue to give the effort and the intensity that we're asking it shows that we're definitely on the right track. But there's no finish line though. There is no finish line in this. This is all about getting up and being the absolute best we can be every day and get better. And this football team got better today.
Coach, Sam Loy at punter transfer, how's he been doing? Where does he look like? Where are you at in terms of like deciding on who's going to punt?
Yeah, with our punt team, we're getting a lot of reps, and that was by design last spring, and trying to put a lot of heat on these guys. We got some good reps today, not as many because we've gotten quite a few in fall camp last week. I've been pleased with Sam. Sam's given us some competition and really making a push for that punting position. So it's still up in the air. Again, this will be a big week, but they're getting a lot of live work coming at them and seeing how they respond. And today was no different. We punted. I think we had 3 punts today, and that was by scripted design.
Any of the wide receivers stand out, and also how C.J. O'Grady responded to?
Yeah, I'll start with C.J. I think C.J. has responded really well. C.J.'s doing some good things and continues to add value in that tight end room and on this football team. So I've been pleased with the way he's responded. I think wide receivers today, I thought Traylon Burks had another good day. We had several catches out there and just trying to all come to mind. Colin Jackson had a couple of really nice catches. We had a few drops. Jamar Nash had a really nice catch on the sidelines. Davion had another one. Davion Warren, Dion as well. Mike Woods had a couple of catches. So, again, it'll be interesting to go in and watch and to see how that they finish the scrimmage out as far as the technique and their route running. But, again, we got a group of guys that they're pushing and they're working hard.
Chad, quarterback, how did you split the first team reps? Did Ben and other guys get reps with the ones? And who got touchdown passes today? Who scored?
Wow, 170-something plays. I had to figure that one out. I know Trey Knox scored with, let's see here. Buster Brown had an interception. Trey Knox had a touchdown from John Stephen Jones. Chase Harrell had a touchdown from Ben Hicks. Traylon Smith had a touchdown run. Mike Woods had a touchdown pass from Nick Starkle. Zach Williams had a fumble recovery, which was good. Devwall Whaley had a touchdown run. Jordan Jones had a touchdown pass from Ben Hicks. And Shamar Nash had a touchdown pass from Nick Starkle. And Chase Hayden had a touchdown run. And so, again, that kind of sums that up. And your other question, I'm sorry. Did y'all get all that? Might have went a little quick on you. Oh, how were they distributed? Yeah. So we started out. We went our red, which is our one group, and then we would go white, which is our 2 group, and then we came back with our reds with the ones. And so Ben started us out with the reds. John Stevens came in with the next group, and Nick came back in with the reds. And that's the way we all started out.
I know the defense had a lot of turnovers that first week of practice. Caused any turnovers today? They said they were kind of going to throw some wrinkles at the offense. How did they look overall as a unit?
Yeah, again, just disruptive up front, with Sosa and as I mentioned earlier, T.J. Smith. I thought that Gabe Richardson did some things today I was pleased to see, and Jamario Bell. I thought those guys were active. At the nickel, Greg Brooks is another one that just continues to impress. As far as turnovers today, I see that there was 2 here. I know that our goal is to get 3, but that's something that we've been placing a huge emphasis on, because if we can create turnovers, we can win a lot of football games. Buster Brown had an interception, and Zach Williams had a fumble recovery.
Chad, you mentioned your cornerbacks early. McClellan, he's not that old, but he's kind of your veteran guy with 9 starts. How do you feel about him and Brown back there? And then you got a lot of young guys behind them. How do you feel about that position, being so young?
Yeah, I think, Coach Coop and I were talking about that yesterday. He got a guy in there that's 21 years old, and everybody else is about 18. So there's a lot of young guys in that DB room. But the one thing that really impresses you with Busta and Jaquez is the valuable reps that they got last year. That experience you can't coach. And, while they might have made a lot of mistakes last year, they got some valuable experience. And then to be able to go through spring ball like they did has really benefited those guys. Those have been 2 guys that have really impressed us this camp to this point. They are really working their craft, and I think it says a lot. I think you feel that you feel their presence back there, and so I'm excited where they're at, and in their ability to bring some of these young guys along that we're going to have.
Chad, you might correct me on this, but I think you said y'all installed like 30% of the offense, kept it pretty simple last year. Where are you at now, and what's the target? What percentage would you like to be at?
Yeah, you know what? I think we are. We're well ahead of that. I mean, we're well over half our offense is in right now, which you would hope. We challenged our guys this summer and their player-led work to continue to grow. I mean, we don't want to come back and just continue to teach the base offense. We want to kind of grow. We still got to teach it. We want to grow off of it, and we've been able to do that. So there's some things that we're being able to do. It's a credit again to the returning group that's in that room at quarterback. And so I would say, we're somewhere around if I had to put a percentage on it, 65, 70%. I think we're well on schedule.
Would you say that 30% is your very basic package, and then it's just
Yeah. There's no question on that. And that's your base. That's where you start, and then from there, we call it window dressing. You window dress a lot, and you try to give different looks. And so, and that's what we're being able to do right now. We'll continue to push them this week. This is going to be an incredibly challenging week. They know it. We know it. And we've got to see some movement this week in some positions. And we're seeing it now. But we want this to be, this is going to be a pretty strained week on them. And that's good. They need it. We need it. And we're going to get better. And we're going to have another long scrimmage next Saturday.
Were there any limitations on defensive calls, or could they come with anything? And did you have a belt award today?
No belt today. We'll go through the grading of film and give it out after that. But as far as limitations defensively, no limitations. Nor was it offensively either. We wanted to see and we wanted to get after each other. And man, it was great to have all our parents out here today. Today was Parents' Day. We had a big meeting with our current player parents. Kind of go through our expectations for the year, and then for them to come out here and be able to watch their son practice, and so that was pretty special. They enjoyed that, and they didn't realize we were going to go so long, but that's all right. Hopefully they brought sunscreen.
Is Myron Cunningham still primarily at left tackle, and then what did you see from him today?
Yeah, Myron's been working some right now. He has been working, yes, left tackle, but we've moved him over a little bit at right guard and trying to just see how he goes and slowly bring that process over. He did get some reps over there at that right guard position today.
Chad, you follow up on the line. Since you guys have been in full pads, had some contact today, what have you thought about the offensive line so far in camp?
Well, I think we're getting better. I think we're still, and like as you would expect in all positions, we still got a long way to go. But we got a lot of guys getting a lot of reps. A year ago, with eight offensive linemen, you couldn't get 175 snaps in. So we were able to have a lot of guys getting reps, getting better. We got a lot of true freshmen working in there, getting and to see where that they're going to unfold out of this next week. But again, I think we've got some some guys challenging each other.
You said right guard on Cunningham.
Mm-hmm.
Is Clinton playing any center, Coach?
I don't know if Shane played any today or not. I think that we rotated that with Bo and Ty and Nix. He might have got a little bit of center work in there today, but Shane's predominantly been right guard.
How do you feel like the two field process is working, and when you go back and grade everything, do you see more from those freshman offensive linemen and the receivers? Is it paying off for you?
I would say this, that it would be something that I'll do from now on. I think it's provided great benefit for our football team. And I'll tell you why is because, normally when you just work one field in a team setting, there's always a group that's going to stand, or maybe there's always a group, and maybe they only get 2 reps, where now they're getting, your number 4s and 3s are getting just as many reps as your number 1s and 2s are. And so that's going to provide great benefit down the road. It may not be, if we continue this on, which we will, and we get into the season, and we only have a certain window of opportunity to get these guys ready. I know the guys are going to step out there on that field on a Friday, on a Saturday, and perform. Scooter, Sosa, those guys are going to go. But what happens? What if we need some of these guys behind them? So now there's this window of opportunity for us to get this team better.
Do you trim down the 3 and the 4 reps when you get week 2, week 3 in camp?
No. This week we won't do that. This week we'll continue to split fields, and they'll get the same amount. Now we may not go as many periods at times, but they're going to continue to get the same amount of team reps.
How much practice do you devote to that?
It's probably close to half, the last half of practice. Different situations we do, whether it's RPOs and screens, whether it's, whatever it may be. It's just different settings.
You said Cunningham at right guard. I knew he'd gotten work at both tackle spots, and I think he got some left guard in spring. Is he just that versatile a guy, or could you just want to kind of work him all over the place?
Well, Myron's really athletic, and I do feel that Myron eventually will be, whether at some point, I think he's in this rotation without a doubt. It's just finding where is that rotation at for him. He's gotten a lot of reps at left tackle, but Colton's been doing really well there as well. And so being able to get him to the right side, working some at right tackle, and then move him some at right guard, just to kind of see where's the best fit for him.
When you guys make the call at quarterback, what is eventually going to separate, the starter from the next guy?
I think consistency. I think really consistency, and just the ability to not just lead one group down the field, but be able to, how do you respond when you're put in another situation with, or an adverse situation with, maybe it's a different group that you're not used to leading. I think just consistency all across the board. But those guys are responded. They're challenging each other. The one thing I will say, man, really the big thing that kept really sticking out in my mind today is, man, while on the field, Ben's on the field, all those quarterbacks over there, Nick, John Steven, man, they're rooting Ben on. And Nick gets in there, throws a nice touchdown pass. Well, first when John Steven threw his first one, they all came out there to him excited. And then when Nick threw his, Ben's first one out there and commending each other. So we've got a great competition, or healthy competition going in that room.
Thanks, Coach.
All right, thank you.
All right, guys, we're going to get Chief in here.